What is going on, Fam Jam? So again, we're going with college football season predictions for the regular season, and this is going to be LSU, Louisiana State University, the Tigers, the Bayou Bengals, as some would say. So let's start off. Huge game to kick off the season, LSU at Florida State. Now, if you've watched my previous videos, I'm big on Florida State this year. I love what they did last year. They're building on that. A lot of the starters come back. And I think the environment and the football acumen in FSU is starting to get back to where it was when they were in their heyday. So I like FSU at this game. It's in Tallahassee. So first game of the season, I've got LSU going down to Tallahassee and taking their first loss. So LSU will start the season 0-1, go back to LSU, go back to Death Valley, play Grambling State. That's a win. LSU then goes to Stark Vegas to play Mississippi State. Opens up SEC play. I think that's a win. Mississippi State getting a new coach. Shout out Mike Leach, the Pirate. But Mississippi State is having to kind of figure out their identity with a new coach. And that's difficult. Brian Kelly's already established what LSU is going to be under his tenure. So LSU wins. Comes back to Death Valley with Arkansas. I think Arkansas has a very down year coming. So I'm going to pick LSU to win over the Hogs on September 23rd. Then we're looking at LSU at Ole Miss, going to the Grove. I like Ole Miss. I like Lane Kiffin. I don't think they have the firepower to deal with LSU, and I like LSU's defense against a Kiffin offense. So right now, we're looking at LSU being 4-1 on the season. LSU then goes to Missouri, and I think that Georgia saw that last year, that playing at Mizzou is very, very difficult, especially if this ends up being a night game. I think it's less difficult if it's like a 12 o'clock game. I think LSU gets out of there with athletics from Jaden Daniels. What was difficult for Missouri to do last year was really put a spot on the quarterback, and that helps. Jaden Daniels is a great runner out of the backfield. It's great. That's October 7th. Going into October 14th, Auburn at Death Valley. I like this Auburn team. I think they've got some surprises, but this is not one of them. They lose in Death Valley on the 14th. Then Army comes to LSU. Sorry to all of the Army folks, but LSU will win that game on October 21st. Then they have a bye week right before the Alabama game. This is what determines the SEC West, I believe. And LSU beats Alabama in Tuscaloosa. They've got the extra week, and Alabama's bye week is after the LSU game. I think it's razor thin. I think it's like 49.9 and 50.1. So, but I give LSU just this much of an edge going into Tuscaloosa, getting Brian Kelly his first real signature win away from Death Valley. And I think that's the big one. They've already had the misstep with Florida State early in the season. They don't want to do that again. They want to get into the college football playoff. And the best way to do that is to get to the SEC championship and try to win that. So LSU takes down Alabama November 4th. Next week, what we saw from Florida on Thursday night is not inspiring. I think they have an identity problem. I think Napier does not have the environment ready for these kind of games, and then Florida has to go into Death Valley and play that game. They lose that game. LSU definitely takes the win. I think that will be a night game, and winning in LSU at night is almost impossible. So Florida goes down to LSU and picks up an L, where LSU now has only had one loss in the first week of the season. The next week, November the 18th, Georgia State comes to LSU. LSU wins. And then you've got Texas A&M at LSU. And I think at this point they need to win this. And depending on what happens in the Iron Bowl. So LSU takes care of business at home with A&M. And they lock up the West. So the only loss that I see for Florida State, the only loss that I see for LSU is Florida State. The first week of the season, they absorbed that loss, and it kind of puts a fire under their behinds. and they run the table from then on out. The closest, obviously, is going to be the Alabama game. The one right after that, I think the closest could be LSU at Ole Miss, but winning in Death Valley is so hard to do. So that's what I think, and LSU goes to the SEC Championship to see the East winner in Atlanta, which if you've watched my other videos, you already know who I think that is. So there you go, guys. Keep it clean in the comments, please. We're not going to allow, YouTube doesn't allow any super derogatory comments or anything like that. So just keep it clean. Let me know what your thoughts are. I know some Alabama folks are going to disagree with me. I know that's coming. I understand. That's just what I'm thinking. And it's tough to bet against Saban. I understand that. But for this one right here, I just have Brian Kelly getting that signature win and going to the SEC Championship. So let me know what you think, guys. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. And stay tuned here for college football, NFL football, all throughout the season. I will do videos all the time about it because I absolutely love college football. So until next time, Fam Jam, I'm out.